Hey, real life traders from around the world. It's Jerremy Alexander Newsome with your Friday real life stock review. Hope you have a good weekend planned. It snowed a little bit in Nashville yesterday, very little, and by very little I mean very little. Maybe like a quarter of a half of a third of an inch, and it was good. It's cold. It's cold in Nashville, not nearly as cold as it is in Minnesota. So for Ralph and Trader Tom and Marsh up in Minnesota, hope you guys stay warm. Looking over at the market, so right now the market is open, and I figured I would just do a midday market review while the market is still live and kind of give you guys my thoughts going into the weekend. Today's sell-off, well, small sell-off, was expected. We talked about that yesterday in the trading floor because the market had a strong gap up yesterday. So today was expected. Here was your retest gap on Apple. And here's the retest right there. So it pulled back today. If you go to the hourly chart on Apple, you can see a pretty decent little pullback right here into the 10 exponential moving average. And if and as we begin to pop off of that moving average, looking to kind of go long Apple. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that one today on the trading floor. Probably looking into getting into some more Apple myself. And also potentially some of the market. So it's SPY. Same exact thing. SPY, beautiful retest gap from here to here, and it is retesting as we speak. It pulled back into the gap, and on the hourly chart, it's beginning to bounce off the moving averages. So there's your hourly chart right there. So we'll see if we begin to break some of these highs on the hourly. It might take until Monday or Tuesday, but we'll be keeping a very close eye, and I do expect us to bounce here. I'm not saying that we will 100% certainty, obviously, but that's kind of my expectations overall on the SPY. The IWM at the moment is just kind of pausing again, a little bit of a retest candle, trade into the gap. People began to buy the gap, and that was expected. DIA, same exact thing, and QQQs, same exact thing. So again, I do anticipate a little bit of a lower shadow today. I think the market will continue a little bit higher overall. I kind of, in a way, anticipate the beginning of 2015 being a lot like the beginning of 2014, where you had your, initial sell-off from, 2014. So, here's the beginning of 2014. We got a little bit of a sell-off. Then we got a bounce. And that's kind of, my thoughts that we'll get one more higher high, and then, maybe somewhere up to here, potentially. And then we'll get a little bit of a sell-off. Maybe back down to here, and then some buying will come in, and that'll send us up a little bit higher. Again, that's just my thought. Will that happen? I don't know. We'll see. But that's really almost exactly what happened in the market 2014, and kind of anticipating that to be very similar for 2015. And then at that point, we'll probably start reaching some targets and start getting a little bit of a potential market retracement. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see. But overall, I am still bullish. If we hopped over to a few gaps today, a lot of the students and the trading floor did very well on some gaps. 5 was one of them, 5 below, and it gapped pretty far. Very nice gap and go. Obviously, the prior candles were white. It gapped down, and it also cleared some pivots. This was not my favorite gap in the world because it did gap pretty much to a support as well. So Bed Bath & Beyond was much better, but 5 was still pretty good. And on 5, you can see that we had a really high wave candle, and that was kind of the entry point right there. Once you broke that low, you can see that here's kind of your entry. Here would have been your stop, and we just kind of came back and tested that once and twice, looking for 5 to probably do something like that the rest of the afternoon. Maybe trade into $35, maybe a tad lower. But really, Bed Bath & Beyond was the best gap of the day for my morning day traders. And we'll be looking for this one to roll over again in the afternoon, potentially. Not saying that it will, but if it does, we'll be ready for it and we'll be bouncing on it. But if it doesn't, we won't do anything. But you can see yesterday on the trading floor, we talked about this particular gap before the market yesterday, and we talked about if it gaps down below 75 was a bearish gap and go. Well, it opened today, opened at 75.06, so that was obviously really a perfect bearish gap and go, trapping anyone who bought in here. So if we go into the hourly chart on Bed Bath & Beyond, we had a white candle. If we come into the 15-minute chart, we had a white candle. If we come into the 5-minute chart, we had a white candle. So this was a perfect gap and go, meaning you could have taken the 1-minute low on it. And you can see realistically, you got a very, very good entry and setup on Bed Bath & Beyond. So you had the 1 minute was a hammer, then a giant second candle was like that. Then you got like a little evening star reversal pattern, and then it based out right here. So it traded sideways for a little bit. Once it broke this low, that would have been your entry, and that could have been your stop. Bearish entry approximately 74.67, stop at approximately 75.38. This is 2 or 3R down here, and Prasad, the trading prince, he made, I think, 4.5R on Bed Bath & Beyond, and kind of grinded down here, trade sideways for a bit, and is now popping back up. So as of now, I would switch to the 15-minute charts, and we're going to be keeping a close eye on this one on the trading floor to see how and if we kind of handle this afternoon move. And if we roll over again, beautiful. And if we continue higher, we probably won't touch it. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But either way, a lot of opportunities today, and good market, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited about it. I'm stoked. I'm ready for it to continue higher, and I'm also ready for it to continue lower. You know, if it does start rolling over, I think we'll be entirely ready for that. I don't think it'll happen anytime soon, but if it does, I think we'll be ready to catch it. So it'll be interesting to see how and if it plays out. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching your real life stock review. I appreciate your guys' support. Next week, which is the 15th of January, that'll be a big day for real life trading. I'll keep you guys posted on the outcome of what goes down. But otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend ahead, and I hope to talk to you later. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. Talk to you guys later.